Hey, Hope Chapel, Tim Armstrong here. Yeah, I do. I hope everybody's doing well and hanging in there. We'll get through this. We got a big God. So I've had the opportunity to give you guys a sip tip, and it's basically a word of encouragement. Um, it kind of starts with, and I think it's happened to most of us, where God shows up, and when He does, it's individual. It's for you and me alone, but the goal is, through the trial, through the enlightenment, through whatever He's given us when He shows up, is to be able to look back and say, that was a God thing. And, what we could help build our faith, build our walk with Jesus through it. So what I want to encourage you with today is something that was given to me, a few weeks ago, actually. And it's where God showed up. And it's as if He said, are you aware of all the opinions, all the suggestions, all the commentary that's going on, like on social media, in light of what's going on in our country and in the world right now? And I said, yes, I am aware of it. And it's endless. It's still going on, as all of us may know. And then there was this really long second of silence, and God says, what about me? And the conviction that fell on me at the time was very individual, and I really knew that God was talking to me at the time. So then He went into a story, and I've heard this several times through other encouragements and sips that have been shared, that we've gone to the book of Job. And if you know the book, you know the story of Job, you know that at one point he had everything going on, and then God allowed everything not to go on. Lost his job, he became homeless, lost his family, and more so, he was struck with this medical condition, if you will. And so here he is on the streets, suffering, wondering, still trying to trust God, and his friends show up. And his friends start to give their opinions, and they start to give their suggestions, and they go on, and they give him basically their commentary. And how Job received it and didn't receive it, and so on. After so much commentary, up shows Elihu, the young guy. And along with giving respect to his elders, he goes on and basically says, what about God? And for me, in this, enlightenment, when God showed up, it's really, what about Him? He's asked me at one time, Tim, what do you really want if all this was over? Do you want to go back to work? Do you want to go on a cruise? Do you want to go on a vacation? Whatever. And if I was honest, I'd say yes. But moving on with Job, after Elihu showed up, it basically just says, what about God? God shows up. He tells everybody to kind of like step aside, and he wants to talk to Job. And the first time I read Job, I remember thinking, uh-oh, time to lay the hammer down. I would not want to be Job. But today, I really believe that God showed up to talk to Job and say, I love you. I will never leave you. Just like a father, a real father. And he, although he allowed these things to happen in Job's life, he wanted him to know that. And I believe that was the takeaway. Sure, he tried to prove himself, if you will, by asking Job if he could do this or that, but he didn't need to. He just wanted to be one-on-one with Job, as he does with each of us. And let us know that he loves us, that it isn't also so much that we'll get through this, but that he may have allowed it to happen. And he should be our first go-to. So, in closing, there's been a verse or a little passage that's been brought up many times, and it's in Matthew, where Jesus just reminds us to seek first His kingdom and His righteousness, and then all these things will be added to you. And maybe all those things that will be added to us is the peace and the comfort and the just mindset to just relax and let God, take care of things. I hope this encourages you. I know it's encouraged me. Thank you.